So, the Kang dynasty is destroyed. All of Kang variants in the Kang Council have been killed off. This is honestly Marvel's and Disney's biggest bombshell mistake. They hired an abuser, a guy who was accused of abuse, multiple sexual harassments and abusive verbally. And the fact that there was evidence holding of how he was abusive that his ex-girlfriend accused him of, and there's multiple other women who came forward with this. Now they have to revamp the whole Marvel time slate, the whole Marvel What If. Because, if you think about it, What If is actually set after the events of Loki Season 1. If you guys remember. Kang is no more. He really set himself up. He really screwed up. I mean, his girlfriend was smart. She kept evidence. She not only told her accusations, but she had evidence to back her up. That's what's smart and different about this whole Jonathan Majors compared to Johnny Depp. Because with the Johnny Depp situation, there was evidence, but apparently people, including me, were that stupid and that naive, and I was manipulated and talked about through kids or adults on Fortnite who were telling me, oh yeah, or whatever, that's actually why I was convinced of Johnny Depp's issue. Honestly, honest to God. Because adults can be manipulative and mean. And that's how rumors were spread based on my videos. Because adults or kids were taking my videos and spreading them as rumors. But anyway, my point being is that this is a huge issue for Marvel and Disney. Because now the whole Kang dynasty is no more. They might just do Secret Wars. Or they might just have it where Dr. Doom is the big bad now. And maybe he killed off all the Kang variants. Because now there's a whole bunch of fucking Jonathan Majors Kangs out throughout the multiverse. And they have to find some way to take all that back. Jonathan Majors is now set for a year in prison. Now, I believe he should be sent to a psych ward. Because clearly, he was a monster. There has now been evidence that had been shown. His girlfriend was very smart. She was smarter than Amber Heard. Amber Heard was stupid and naive. I am going to keep continuing to compare this to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard versus the Jonathan Majors case, because I could understand how people can be like, well, Amber Heard was... Grace Jabari was very smart. Smarter than Amber Heard, than just blabbing it out, making some stupid accusations. She kept evidence, which is what I would have done, which is what I've done, actually, when I was hit with... not accusations, but I had to have evidence when I was abused or harassed by a certain housemate, and I had to have evidence of, making sure that they knew what was. Now this is going to be a huge setback for Marvel and Disney. Massive, huge. And it's not good. Because now that Jonathan Majors is out as an abusive, horrifying man, terrifying he seems. I mean, there was evidence of him hurting her, there was evidence of him yelling at her, shouting at her, abusively and obnoxiously, by the way. And people are going to come forward saying, what are you going to do? Like, seriously, I want to ask. Marvel, how could you have not seen this? How could you have not prevented this? They couldn't have, but again, this is why when there is accusations, people need to get away from them, those people. But Marvel made it clear that they did not want to do it like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, which I understand clearly. But this man was an abuser. He had multiple accusations. Women came forward. They were accurate. They were precise. They knew what they were doing. And Grace Jabari had evidence. She had evidence. Unlike Amber Heard situation, trust me, that is completely sidebarred situation. Nothing like Johnny Depp situation. The Grace Jabari versus Jonathan Majors is huge. She had evidence. She was smart. She knew what she was doing. That's what you gotta learn from this, guys, is when you are accused of someone, you can't just go out and say it. You have to be smart and have evidence. You have to really think about what you need to do and how you need to present yourself with the right tools and equipment of evidence. You can't just jump on the on the abusive wagon and say, oh, he accused me, oh, he abused me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, what was worse is that the Megan, that one YouTuber that was called Megan Bollinger, yeah, she actually came forward and said, I'm sorry. In a ukulele singing, that was just fucked up. That was really naive and just someone who has been abused, someone who has been sexually harassed. Take it from me, guys. It's not pretty. Hell, it's even it was the anniversary a couple years ago when I was sexually harassed. It was actually December 15th, 2012. 8:50 to 9:15 a.m. A.m. It was a.m. Reading class, I still remember it. But yeah, you have to have evidence. And you really have to be careful when you accuse someone, guys. Never accuse somebody without evidence. And that's what Grace Jabari was smart of doing. She had evidence. She was really good at this. Unlike Amber Heard, where she had jack shit. She had nothing. All she had was her fucking blabbermouth. And splashed it on Johnny Depp's face. And yes, that is, the splash is reminiscent to her being in Aquaman. Yeah, that is a huge mistake. And, the fact that Jonathan Majors had no evidence and Grace Jabari, who was smart and had legal evidence. That's really something. You gotta think about this, guys, please. Now what are they gonna do? What's Marvel gonna do? They really have to think about it. I personally still think that after being sentenced in jail for a year, I think he should be sent to a psych ward. To a mental institution. Hell, send him to James Gunn's Arkham Asylum. That series that's coming out. And actually, I think that's interesting that they're taking the approach, and the guy who directed the Batman is part of the producer in James Gunn's Arkham Asylum series, which I think that's pretty interesting. I'm also excited for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I honestly am. Because you all know how I hate Superman and the fact that you get to beat the shit out of him. Anyway, I'm getting off the rail. Thank you. This is Corey Daydream signing off.